There is absolutely nothing on the platform that cannot be experienced on a Nintendo console. Everything on there is just a knockoff of a Nintendo game, right? Just look at Pizza Tower. Just look at Power World. Just look at War Group, right? Like, again,
What's up, boys? After a long time that I've never made a video around 3 months, and here I am. Another new Nintendo fanboy Salt. You know who it is, and you know the drill. The common Nintendo fanboy known as Harman Smith. So remember that he made a video about Steam has nothing to play except Tales of Arise, where he port back to bring it on Nintendo Switch. Somehow, Xenoblade 3 was way more demanding to run. As of now, he made an unexpected sequel to this topic where Steam has no games to play because there's no interesting games out there except Tales of Arise. The video that we're gonna look at is titled I Have Uninstalled Steam, while mentioning his quote-unquote gaming PC, but it's literally a gaming laptop that won't last long if you bought the shitty MSI laptops. We're just gonna ignore the side topics for now because we are going back straight to hell once again to watch this train wreck video. Without wasting another time, let's get right into this absolute hell ride of a video.
I have uninstalled Steam. There is absolutely nothing on the platform that cannot be experienced on a Nintendo console.
I mean, said this comment basically just quickly summarized that you just said earlier, things that Steam has no games to play because you cannot experience it on your precious Nintendo Switch that you're still defending for. Although I may add this section that you can play random games on PC, which you can't do that on your Nintendo Switch, except if there's an indie game. Oh wait, you don't care about third-party games, you just only cared about Nintendo exclusives.
Right. Instead of wasting my time buying PCs, upgrading the parts.
Last time I remembered, there are some people out there still using their GTX 1080 Ti instead of buying the latest GPU that costs like a fucking PS5 Pro from a scalper throughout the online shopping websites when Nvidia launched RTX 40 series on stores.
Spending a whole lot of time and money making sure everything runs correctly, right? Wasting my time with like completely AstroTurf products that won't be on the service a year from now.
You do realize that building a PC is not wasting your time because there are tons of PC builds out there. You can build a PC with budget components, or if you want to go all out with your money to build a PC with expensive components plus additional accessories. And also, Steam has permanent service from your PC instead of paying you over 10 to 20 bucks a year because God only knows if there's one single person who's going to commit from that practice. Probably the soulless CEO of EA, aka the man who managed to shoot the company from the foot, known as Unity added runtime fees if you know about that fiasco.
You know, games like Power World, right? You know, everything on there is just a knockoff of a Nintendo game.
Every single game on Steam is a knockoff from a Nintendo game. How about Ultra Kill, a game that where you kill demons, machines, and archangels, bathe them in blood in order to heal, and dive deeper into the twisted world of Dante's Inferno. Is there any Nintendo game that has been made like that? And thinking every single game on Steam is a fucking knockoff? Hell no.
Right? Just look at Pizza Tower.
Pizza Tower is not clearly the same as Wario Land, but they have the same gameplay mechanics. There are many clones out there except Souls-like games, and mostly there are many game genres out there that still can't be revived. Has anybody made an Afterburner style game before? Probably yes, and the game is Mirage Feathers, and the gameplay looks like Afterburner from Sega Genesis, which is really surprising.
Just look at Power World.
I have nothing to say about Pal World because you made 2 to 3 videos talking about it thinks the game is forgotten. And now you're going to revive the topic again instead of the game is forgotten. Now the game is getting sued by Nintendo. It's almost ironic that a multi-million Japanese company sends a lawsuit from a Japanese indie developer that costs less than $1,000,000 to make a game.
Just look at War Group, right? Like, again, either these games will be ported to Switch eventually.
Oh, trust me, Harman, you're not going to play those games once it's ported to Switch because you only care about exclusives on your precious little Switch.
or they're not worth playing to begin with, right? When I see people getting excited over Warhammer 2, Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2, I just think to myself, like, wow, these people need to have sex.
I can see the fucking projection from this Nintendo fanboy that this dude is literally a fucking incel. Also, how do you say that Warhammer 40k fan base needs to have sex? Well, clearly you don't experience that yet, and tell people to not have fun and have sex. I don't know what the fuck am I saying.
Right? Because of course, like, this is Warhammer we're talking about. These guys are such turbo versions. They have to have completely celibate heroes going around fighting for the Emperor.
I mean, you're the fucking heretic, my guy, because you made a video bashing over Space Marine 2 is for beta males, and there is one video who dismantled your shitty opinions from that game.
These things are doing worse than 10-year-old Wii ports, right? No, actually, no. Skyward Sword is over 10 years old. So, yeah, over, like, decade-old Nintendo games, right? Super Mario 3D All-Stars, right?
Super Mario 3D All-Stars is a fucking time bomb. That game is literally a limited time to buy that game before the day ends. Like that one specific event from Majora's Mask, where you have few days remaining before the moon hits the ground.
Skyward Sword, Link's Awakening, right? Like, all these games are just dominating the competition.
Yeah, those games are not competing over from a million games on Steam. Thinks they are dominating them from the ground. Those games that you mentioned earlier has literally full price, over $60 from a decade-year-old game, porting to Switch, and never dropping the prices down after a few years later. Activision has the same practices on their old Call of Duty games. Just look at the price on Steam, it's still not dropping down.
But the reality is, gaming on Nintendo is just better than gaming on PC.
This is just a complete invalid point that you made. Gaming on PC is way better than your shitty Nintendo Switch that runs 30 to 20 FPS thinks the game is playable. Gaming on PC has way more variety than sticking over to Nintendo's first-party games. And that handheld runs like complete garbage, and Nintendo needs to upgrade their aging handheld over 7 years ago. And mostly you can play any games out there on itch.io to find random games to play. You can do anything from PC and replace components instead of buying another console. Like PS5 Pro costs fucking $699. Just like the cringy moment on PS3 price reveal that aged like fine wine.
The 60GB PlayStation 3 for $599 US.
And for the longest time, I used to tell myself, being a creator, being a YouTuber, that, I get a lot of value out of my PC, right? I spent a lot of money on this thing to get it set up.
Harman, cut the lie. You don't have a PC setup. The only thing I see from your videos that you are clearly using a gaming laptop.
So when you have superior gaming on Nintendo consoles and you have superior applications on tablets, why would you ever support gaming PCs?
Because PCs can able to play any games that we want, including emulation, that you're still thinking that emulation is illegal, which is not true. I played Mother 3 on my PC through emulation. I can able to tweak the game settings on my PC to boost the performance. Why do I support gaming PCs? Because it's way more cheaper than a fucking $700 console that is absolutely nothing.
Right? Why exactly would I ever write a book on my high-end gaming PC?
Harman, are you really blind? There are some videos that you made before is you are using a gaming laptop.
The future now is smart devices, right? Our smartphones, our tablets, our watches, right? Like, again, the Switch 2, I think, is going to do even more to make the gaming PC irrelevant.
If Nintendo is releasing Nintendo Switch 2 someday, the PC still remains relevant in any shape or form. It is not going to be irrelevant because you're thinking that Nintendo will smash the shit out of them from their new hardware when Switch 2 came out.
Right? Like, why exactly am I supposed to be excited about the future of PC gaming.
More indie games, more fan games that are still in development like Mother and Core. That is the way I see about the future of PC gaming, and Linux is being more accessible for Windows users because they don't want to spy on their PC during the Windows recall fiasco.
But I'll just wait for the Switch port.
Yeah, good luck waiting the Switch port like you're waiting over a decade until Valve announced Half-Life 3 officially.
Right? I don't need to buy the game on Steam.
If you don't want to buy the game on Steam, why the fuck are you making this video saying that Steam has no games to play?
And if anything, supporting Steam is just enabling some of the biggest scum in the industry.
No, the true scum of the industry is the sweet baby and woke people to push DEI agenda. And mostly made a video about this topic, and I have no interest to watch it or make a quick summary into it.
Right? Again, why exactly was Palworld allowed to be published on the platform?
I have the same question as well, Harman. Why exactly some hentai games were allowed to publish on Steam?
Right? My belief is that Steam should have caught on to the fact that this was obviously derivative of Pokemon and should have prevented the game from being uploaded to their store.
I remember there is no guidelines from Steam that game is inspired from, which is against the terms of service. Which is, oh wait, you just made an awful shitty source that you made it the fuck up.
Right? And it simply isn't true. Again, just compare like the average PC gamer stream versus one of my average streams, right? You know, I'm sitting here playing games for like what, like 4, 5, 6, 12 hours a night, right?
And your concurrent views are only 8 to 19 people from your stream, despite that you have 1,000 subscribers. The reason why they subscribe to you is because you are being an ignorant over PC gaming, and some other fanbase are complete bunch of sticks, just like you said earlier from Space Marine 2 video.
You know, Nintendo fans play games. But then you look at what the PC Master Race does, where they just cry incessantly about like something that someone else said on Twitter, and then they're taking it to YouTube and then screaming at each other.
You are crying over Twitter and YouTube screaming at each other, thinks that Nintendo Switch is way more superior than gaming PC. And somehow commentary YouTubers like me will dismantle your terrible takes and backfire to you. Normal people play Nintendo games. Same goes on PC games.
Right? It's like, where is the video game?
Have you ever heard of third-party games, indie games, fan games? You know what? I'm done with this video. I don't care about the rest of the entire video because he brags over PC games that they are still playing RTS games because they have nothing to play, which is not true at all. I know that I'm officially abandoning this channel, but all of my old commentary videos will be archived on the playlist section. But I may going to rebrand maybe next year. But anytime that I will announce someday when my rebrand channel is created. Please don't send any hate for Harman Smith. It's really unneeded. Until next time, signing out.